on the journalist who wrote these lies and endangered and caused fear to my children. This is not acceptable behaviour. It's intimidation by corrupt and morally bankrupt media. There's nothing here in any of these. Homework continues. This is the level of there is not one single threat or level of violence. I said, the Daily Mail is the government, I'm telling you, because the Daily Mail was sent to picture me on sunbed and say their headline said that I was instigating riots from my sunbed. I get relief, I get a court victory, getting released, and the next day, they've had this for nearly a year, the next day they come and give me these charges.
They don't want you to know this. Just when Tommy Robinson was about to leave prison, something shocking happened. New charges have been thrown at him. Why now? And what exactly are they accusing him of?
I get relief, I get a court victory, getting released, and the next day, they've had this for nearly a year, the next day they come and give me these charges.
Tommy claims there's a deeper plot involving the media, the government, and even shocking lies about a sunbed photo. You won't believe what's next for him, or why he's calling June 5th a day that matters for freedom.
Done all the paperwork, done everything to be released. Now I'll go next week. So, 5th of June, I've been told 5th of June I'll be in court, then it's going to go to Crown Court, Suffolk.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favour. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. They say lightning doesn't strike twice, but for Tommy Robinson, the court system seems to have replaced that old rule. Just as Robinson was preparing to walk free, a new curveball hit. Fresh charges of causing fear of violence toward journalist Andrew Young. Convenient timing? That depends on who you ask. According to the accusations, Robinson sent a message claiming Young had disclosed his family's location, a move he says was reckless and dangerous. But here's the twist. Robinson claims it's not fear of violence being weaponised in this case, it's the court system itself. The timing of these charges has left many wondering. Was this legal storm brewing all along, or dropped on him strategically?
On the journalist who wrote these lies and endangered and caused fear to my children. This is not acceptable behaviour. It's intimidation by corrupt and morally bankrupt media. There's nothing here in any of these.
Robinson, never one to shy away from putting both barrels of criticism toward the system, insists this is less about law and more about political punishment. They want me to disappear, he said previously, blaming a combination of shady media tactics and government pressure. The Daily Mail, often at the receiving end of his wrath, hasn't escaped the firing line here either. He believes the media works hand in hand with what he calls a politically motivated judicial system.
But this is all growth. So this is the Daily Mail journalist who followed us on our family holiday, took pictures of our family, posted them online and told everyone where they were. We got threats.
Conveniently tying him up in endless legal battles to drain his resources and voice. Robinson is no stranger to courtrooms. Whether it's the infamous photo of him on a sunbed that turned into a headline frenzy, or past claims of being pursued unfairly by journalists, he's familiar with what he describes as a smear campaign. His latest argument: this isn't just about him, it's about silencing opposition voices entirely.
Probably trying to remind me, but so they can just run with the headlines basically saying that I've caused fear. When you read the headline, I read it yesterday, coming up on.
And as if to add fuel to his claims, he also points to recent legal victories he says the media conveniently avoids acknowledging. What's his plan now? To flip the script. Robinson is reportedly setting his sights on exposing journalists during his trial, accusing them of lies, defamation, and a disturbing willingness to push false narratives.
It was nothing to do with far right, it was nothing to do with anyone. It was just anger on the streets. But once they've gone that far as blaming everyone and politically motivated the courts.
For him, this trial isn't purely defence, it's counterattack. June 5th has become his rallying cry, where he promises not only to defend his name, but to challenge the system's entire narrative. And we're not done yet. The date he's pointing to may signal something much bigger. When is a court date not just a court date?
Yeah. But, so you know, the purpose of this is to get me in court. I said to all the officers in here, before I walk out of here, they're going to hit me again. Homework continues. This is the level of there is not one single threat or level of violence.
For Tommy Robinson, June 5th is shaping up to be something far bigger. He's urging his supporters to show up at Westminster Magistrates Court, not just to back him, but to stand for what he calls freedom, truth, and justice. It's not often you hear someone describe a legal battle as a rallying cry, but Robinson's making it clear. He believes this trial isn't really about him anymore. For him and his supporters, it represents something larger, a fight against media lies, government meddling, and what they see as a growing threat to free speech. Robinson claims his trial is politically motivated, fueled by a media narrative he says has been designed to discredit him.
The Daily Mail is the government, I'm telling you, because the Daily Mail was sent to picture me on the sunbed and say their headline said that I was instigating riots from my sunbed.
But instead of solely defending himself, he's flipping it on its head. He's asked for a peaceful but strong presence outside the court. Why? Well, Robinson says it's about sending a message. Not to intimidate the system, but to expose it. He argues journalists and media outlets have had their way with unchecked influence, spreading what he calls blatant lies.
Now Lucy Connolly, they can't go back on it. It's the same with me. They can't go back on it. So they're doubling down. But by doubling down, we put them on trial on the next case.
And his plan is simple. Use this trial to turn the tables on them. His words carry a sense of conviction, but also a challenge. He's not just fighting the charges, he's challenging the credibility of the very institutions behind them.
This would have been the first time walking out of jail. If I'd have done I'd have done that stupid terrorism thing. If I'd have done it whilst I was in here, but they adjourned that as well.
This isn't Robinson's first public battle, of course. Past rallies, protests, and even crowdfunding efforts for his legal fees have shown the scale of support he can muster. He points to those moments as proof of what's possible. But this time, he's framing it as bigger than himself. He asserts his case might set a precedent, not only for holding the media accountable, but also for opposing unchecked political and legal alliances.
Right, so don't worry about it when you see it. And all this will do, I'll have a jury for this. This gives me an opportunity to put them on trial. I just don't get, I think, you morons, surely...
Robinson paints a picture of a conspiracy between politicians and journalists, aimed at targeting those who dare to challenge the system. Whether you believe in his claims or not, it's easy to see why June 5th carries weight for him and his followers. To them, it's about defending principles they see slipping away. So now all eyes turn to the courtroom and the streets outside it. Tommy Robinson says this fight isn't just about him, it's about confronting what he calls media lies and political targeting. He believes his trial highlights a deeper issue.
I've had non-stop for 16 years. This would have been the first time. And they come and hit me with these. Yeah? And what this is about, this will be about probably trying to remind me. I get released, I get a court victory, getting released, and the next day, they've had this for nearly a year. The next day, they come and give me these charges.
How dissenting voices are silenced in the UK. They want me to disappear, he claims, insisting this is a battle for truth and freedom. For those who agree, June 5th is a date to make their voices heard. Robinson urges supporters to attend peacefully, calling it a stand against powerful systems. Is this truly about justice, or does it reveal a bigger threat to free speech in the UK? You decide.